What comes to mind when you hear the word evangelism? For some, it's excitement. Talking to new people, sharing your faith, leading someone to the Lord for the first time. But for others, it's anxiety. Talking to people, sharing my faith, leading someone to the Lord for the first time. But what if I told you everyone you know is sick with a deadly disease? They're gonna die. But you've got the cure. Would you share that cure? Well, of course you would. You wouldn't wait a second to give it out and save people's lives. See, it's all about perspective. The gospel is the cure people need from the disease of death and hell, and you have it. You've got the cure. As Christians, it's our mission to share it with others. In Matthew 28, Jesus said, "Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit." You see, once you realize you have exactly what people need, the calling to share your faith becomes easier and genuine. So it's not just the pastor at the pulpit that's responsible for sharing the gospel. If you consider yourself a child of God, He wants to use you in bringing people into His kingdom. But do you know what to say? Do you know how to share your faith? That's where the Personal Evangelism Network comes in. Lifeline Gospel Ministries, an outreach of Calvary Chapel, Fort Lauderdale, has created an easy yet powerful tool to share the gospel with everyone you know, and it's as simple as sharing a letter. Now here's how it works. You meet in a small group once a month with the purpose to encourage each other in order to share your faith. If you already meet in a small group, you can take a break once a month to focus on outreach. Each person in the group receives copies of a letter that clearly explains the gospel. Then you pray and ask God who should receive this letter. Some have even read the letter to others, but whether it's spoken out loud, handed out, emailed, or snail mailed, the results are the same. God is using this simple letter to reach people with the love and the truth of Christ. So, say you started a group with 4 friends. 5 believers coming together to share the gospel with 5 different people per month. In 12 months, you can reach 300 people. Now imagine if you branched out to form more groups within your church and across more churches in your denomination or your affiliation of churches. With dedication and networking, there's no telling how many people we can reach for Christ with just a simple letter like Paul writing to Timothy. See, with these efforts, the size of the church, it doesn't matter. And this outreach is not just for our local areas. Jesus said to go into all the world and make disciples. So as churches partner and other congregations in other countries, we can see hundreds and thousands of groups formed around Central and South America and around the globe. So what's stopping you from being that messenger, that bearer of good news? You have the healing words of the gospel. It's all in the letter. You know, people who need God's love, they're all around you. God is giving you this opportunity to ignite the world with His good news. Don't miss out on it. In the Bible, He promises His word will not return without accomplishing what He sent it out to do. It's Isaiah 55:11. He tells us the message of salvation is near and dear to God's heart. He's counting on your heart to be involved. So, are you ready to share the cure? You can start with your small group and download the gospel letter for free at lifelinegospelministries.org. Listen again, lifelinegospelministries.org. Or you can even start a small group and begin this process. You see, we have them in multiple languages and for all different age groups. Get involved for the gospel and see the difference it'll make in your life and in the lives of those around you for all of eternity. Thank you all, and God bless you guys.